Good evening, everybody. It's Raidhyn, and I am back with more Dungeon of the Endless. We are on floor 3 with a wonderful all-girl, all-female cast with Hakensha, Mizzy, and Sarah. And as we do, we are going to head left first and see what floor 3 holds in store for us. Looks like we've got Hydras, which is fun, but nothing too concerning. We're going to go ahead and drop down a... well, this is new. Let's go ahead and spend some on that. Looks like we got a lot of dust, which is fantastic. We're gonna drop an industry generator first. Gonna level up Hakensha so that we can pick up Endless Expert, which is gonna increase our science by +2 per turn. And we're gonna keep exploring with Sarah and Mizzy. Now that Hakensha is level 5, our next priority is to get Mizzy up to probably level 7 or so before we decide to stop. We're gonna move Hakensha up to the Science Creator just to start working on that, since we're gonna want more excess science. Now, because Mizzy does not have a weapon slot, she's very reliant on levels to stay relevant. Essentially, if you don't keep leveling her up, her items are not really gonna make up for that. Now, clearly she would do well with some great armor. Looks like we're getting a health regen +15. Clearly Mizzy would do well with great armor, but you know, keeping her up in levels is really crucial. We're gonna drop a food replicator now, so we have our full Fids complement. We're just gonna keep exploring this side of the dungeon. Thanks to that lucky find with the dust extractor, we're gonna be looking pretty good for dust on this entire floor, which I like. I like the floors where they're willing to kind of give it to you, you know, where the game's like, you know what, here we go. We're gonna throw you a favor early on. Now, we did have to spend industry to get all of that free dust, but I think it's just gonna benefit us in the long run, especially now that we see here that this crystal route headed north is connected to the left path. This is looking like it's gonna be pretty nice. I would love to find a science machine. I would love to find a science machine anytime now. That would be fantastic. So we got kitchen gloves, which I believe gives us flat attack power. We'll go ahead and we'll just give that to Sarah, since Sarah kind of needs all the help she can get. We've got enough food now to level up Mizzy again and give her her first active skill, Battle Madness, which increases her attack power and DPS by pretty much double, but prevents her from moving. So this is what makes Mizzy a really good solo explorer, because she can just kind of tackle entire rooms of things all by herself, which is pretty nice. Alright, so since it looks like this is going to be our choke point, we're going to set up a couple of defenses here. You guys will be able to see the smoking gun for the first time live on Raidhyn TV. It is pretty awesome, I gotta say. Do we have any spawns? Yeah. So the downside of the smoking gun is that it can overheat, but it takes much longer than you would have expected by its tooltip description, and it does a ridiculous amount of DPS. Like, a ridiculous amount. Enough to where I have to preface saying a ridiculous amount with the word like, because it like does a ridiculous amount. It does so much damage it takes me back to grade school where I say like in front of everything. So I mean, it's good. It's good. So we got Tools Belt, which is great because that's going to give us repair and extra wit on Hakensha, which is exactly what we need and want at this point. So I'm very excited about that pickup. And we can go ahead and light up this room and drop a prisoner prod. I've discovered that prisoner prods are incredibly helpful for not only dealing damage, but to generally slowing down enemy movement. And it's just wonderful. So we're gonna go ahead and retreat back in here to our lovely choke point with our nice smoking gun and Tesla module combo. And this shouldn't be too hard to hold off. Sarah, we're gonna move you out of here. Please don't make me spend food on you. Alright, Mizzy, careful. Let's pop your ability. Try Really hard not to spend more food than what I have to. Alright. There we go. I'm a little bit nervous about having to... Man, I really wish we found a science machine in here. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that we could continue exploring up this way. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Sarah, let's have you block off this path here. And we're gonna pop open this door. At least the nice thing is about this is because we've had Hikensha working on the science machine this whole time. This is what we want. Prisoner Prod 2, perfect. We are gonna be in a surplus of science, which is nice because that means that on the next floor we can dedicate her operability to picking up some more food for us so that we can level up our characters. Alright, so Sarah, I'm gonna need you back in here. Mizzy, let's put you in here as well. We do have Iron Shield, but I think everybody has an appropriate item right now. So Mizzy, let's just get you back in here. We're gonna pop your ability as soon as you arrived. Alright, that looks good. Go ahead and power that up. And looks like we have 2 doors left. It'll be just enough to pick up Prisoner Prod 2. Not the best in the world. Oh, looks like we have 3 doors, so we'll be able to research something else, which is very nice. We also have... Ooh, a surviving kit is always welcome. Do we have any spawns? No. Let's see. Surviving kit gives us 2 wit, 5 defense, 2 HP regen, which would be really nice over the tools belt, which gives us 3 wit but no defensive items. Would also just be nice to pick this up just so that we have a repair option on somebody else. Let's go ahead and give this to Mizzy. And we'll sell off these to recoup our science. I think I like that a little bit better. And have we finished the Prisoner Prod? No, not yet. So, let's continue our exploration. This should finish our Prisoner Prod, yes indeed, and we can sprint back with Sarah. Now, one of the funny things that we discovered about playing multiplayer Dungeon of the Endless is that there is no pausing in multiplayer Dungeon of the Endless. Alright, Sarah, you need to leave. You're useless. Kinda wish I had put in more defenses now. Alright, just staying calm. Wow, that was a lot of food. Okay, so we're gonna open up this last door. We're gonna need to put in some more defense. Unfortunately. Wasn't too terribly expensive. Let's go see what else we can research and get ready to open up this last door. Industry Generator 2. Seems like that's going to be really useful, even though I would like to pick up Smoking Gun. Let's go ahead and open up this last door. That will immediately finish our research, and we'll be able to hold off anybody who spawns. Did we get anything? No, looks like we're in the clear. Alright, so let's go ahead and rearrange the power so that we have a nice, easy trip into the exit. Alright. Yeah, that looks about... Well, actually, what am I doing? I think that looks good. That should give us plenty of time. Let's go ahead and move you guys into here. And Sarah, go ahead, pick up the crystal and we'll head on out. So this wasn't a bad floor. We picked up about 100 science. We got 2 good new pieces of technology, including a Prisoner Prod upgrade. And Prisoner Prods, I mean, they just become so useful over time. So I'm very pleased about that. Okay, so here we go, floor 3. You have got to be kidding me. You would like, only the weak fear battle. To have the voice of a warrior leader driving me to acts of greatness, it would be an honor and a privilege. Finally, A worthy soul among the worms. Get a room, you two. No, wait. So it looks like Hakensha has more fondness for Mizzy's demon than Mizzy actually does. Should be interesting to see how it plays out at the end of this floor. Alright, so here we are on floor 4, my favorite floor to pronunciate. We're gonna head up, and we have a great four-way junction here. It's gonna be a very good spot to set up Hakensha. We've also got 4 minor module slots, which is very good. Let's see. So we're gonna wanna emphasize food on this floor, is what I'm feeling. But I'm tempted to put down the food replicator first, just because I feel like this is going to be a good choke point. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll also drop 1 smoking gun, in addition to some prisoner prods, and we'll start our scouting. Alright, so this looks like a good room to potentially drop another major module. I kind of want to see what's past it, just to scout out a little bit. Getting some nice damage there. Let's go ahead and we'll drop a... Well, we dropped a food replicator. Let's get industry down. And it looks like this actually wraps around in a downward direction, which is kind of neat. Don't have enough for science yet. Let's go ahead and explore these other directions before we start looping around downward, just to see what we can see. We've got a Stella not noticed by monsters except with a crystal. It's always a fun one, sometimes giving you the results that you absolutely do not want. We found another merchant who's got... Ooh, we can actually pick up a new rapier for pretty cheap, all things considered, for Hakensha, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And looks like we have some pistol items, but no pistol users. So we're going to explore on this other direction and see what we can see. Alright, we get some free food, which is very welcome. We can actually level up Mitzi safely one more time. Do we have all of our... Nope. We need to drop a science creator. Let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. We've got a dead end on this side, another self-powered room, which is quite nice. Now, I'm kind of tempted to leave this direction alone because we've dropped our major modules over here, but at the same time these two directions might connect, so I think it's worth exploring just to find out. Hand vacuum. Remind me what this does. Unlocks pickpocket, gives us extra speed. It's pretty nice, I gotta say. Pickpocket is the skill that's going to give us dust loot probability increase from monsters. Also gives us extra speed on Mizzy, which is pretty cool. And Surviving Kit is one of those items that's useful for any kind of character that we pick up in the future. For now, I think I'll leave the pickpocket on her, just because I think that's kind of neat. Let's go ahead and level her up one more time. It's going to unlock Danger Junkie, which is going to give her extra speed if she's alone, and extra attack power if she's alone, which emphasizes again that whole kind of explorer-esque archetype that she's got going on. Alright, and onward we go. It looks like this is actually a dead end, not connected originally to the room, but we did find the exit, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and explore the rest of the floor in this downward direction. Hopefully we can find another research module. This is looking like it's going to be painful, but, you know, Mizzy does a lot of damage with her ability now. Looks like we had to heal her once, but that's okay. We'll drop a couple prisoner prods, and we'll keep on going. So we can, right now with Industry Generator 2, we are generating 9 industry a turn, which essentially means that we can drop 2 prisoner prods every turn and still be making industry. Alright, so this is interesting, because Dustfield Gen's a really nice defensive pickup for choke points, but we also have a chance to get Science Creator 3. Considering how high we are on science right now and how much extra science we've stockpiled so far, I think I'm going to go with the Dustfield Gen. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments below. That's what they're there for. And We're gonna move Sarah down here to block the spawns in this room. Check out the one on the right. It's a dead end with a major module. The music has stopped, which is kind of freaking me out just a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and we'll power down this room so we can power this one up. Drop a couple more prisoner prods and head southward. Do we have any spawns? The reason I keep zooming out is because when you zoom out to the tactical view, you can actually see if you've gotten any spawns in unlit rooms by a little yellow exclamation mark. So that's part of why I'm popping in and out of this view. I apologize if it's causing any dizziness or concern, but that's why I'm doing it, just to continue along the path of playing well. Alright, so Dustfield Gen's unlocked. We do have one more door, which means we will potentially be able to we'll be able to research something else that's particularly... Whoa, Sarah. See, Sarah, come on now. Sarah! Get out, just get out. Alright, you're safe. What are you doing? Oh, you trying to leave too? You're both trying to leave. Okay. Sarah, you better keep going. Sarah's always the first to die, I swear. Always with the dire. Alright. Could have gone a little smoother. We're gonna try to avoid that happening ever again by just making sure that Sarah's not in combat. Mizzy, we're gonna level you up. I really wish that I had armor for Mizzy so that she wasn't so squishy. If she can sit in a room... Oh man, I forgot to research some more stuff. Okay, we found Ken, which is sweet. Oh, but he's one food away. Okay. So this is part of where I've made mistakes before, where I've like opened a door, recruited the hero instantly, and then needed to, oh boy, what do we buy here? So Kip Cannon only works if you have a huge amount of science, which we do right now. And it does target the most powerful monster. So we'll go ahead and pick that up. Now, in the past, what I've done is in these kind of situations, I've picked up this hero right away and then not had enough food to actually heal up everybody. So this time we're not going to do that. We're going to wait. Did we get any spawns? I don't think so. Alright, so let's pick up Ken. I love Ken. He's another great solo hero / explorer, and the nice thing is that he has a bit more defense, or not defense, he has a bit more speed than Mizzy, so he's a bit speedier, which I like. We can power down this room here, and we should just be able to stroll our way over to the crystal, which I like. So yeah, that was floor 4. We were able to pick up, 2 more modules, Dustfield Gen and our Kip Cannon, which potentially will be very useful in the future. At least it certainly will be while we have all that science stockpiled. Alright, let's go ahead and exit, and let's see where our storyline takes us. Look, please don't encourage. Do not fear death, seek glory. Those are the words I listen to, the thoughts of a worthy ally. Hey, don't encourage. Silence, drag your worthless carcass into battle. Forward, before us our foes shall fall like wheat before the scythe. I want my money back on that Ouija board. Alright, it looks like that's it. So we get a little bit of a bonus here, indicated by these nice red, hovery, glowy things. But for now, that's the end of floor 4. I hope you'll join me next time as we tackle floor 5 and 6. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you did like the videos. It helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you would like to see more, and I'll see you next time for more Dungeon of the Endless.